Chapter 2, Computer Software. In the chapter, Operating System Software, what is the work of an operating system? Types of operating system, operating systems for mobile devices, application software, types of application software. A computer is a programmable machine that receives input, stores and manipulates data and provides output in an useful format that can be constructed out of almost anything. A computer consists of various devices that help in the working process of the computer. A set of instructions stored digitally within the computer's memory, which tells the computer system what to do, is known as software. There are two types of software. 1. Operating system software. It controls the basic functions of a computer. It acts as an interface between the user and the computer. 2. Application software. It handles multitudes of common and specialized tasks a user wants to perform, such as counting, communicating, etc. Browser. Microsoft Windows is a family of proprietary operating systems designed by Microsoft Corporation. The newest version is Windows 10. Operating system software. The operating system is a program with the following features. An operating system is a program that acts as an interface between the software and the computer hardware. It is an integrated set of specialized programs used to manage overall resources and operations of the computer. It is a specialized software that controls and monitors the execution of all other programs that resides in the computer, including application programs and other system software. What is the work of an operating system? Many times we have to boot our system. Booting is the process that occurs when we press the power button to turn on our computer. This process takes about 1 or 2 minutes. Windows 10 starting screen. While booting, the computer does several things as given below. It runs tests to make sure everything is working correctly. It checks for new hardware. It then starts up the operating system. Once the operating system starts, it manages all the software and hardware on the computer. There are many different programs running on the computer at the same time. All these programs need to access the computer's central processing unit, memory, and storage. The operating system coordinates all of this to make sure that each program gets what it needs. Without the operating system, the software would not be able to talk to the hardware and the computer would be useless. Types of operating system. Operating systems usually comes preloaded in any computer that we buy. Mostly people use the same operating system that comes preloaded, but we can also upgrade or even change the operating systems. There are mainly 3 types of operating systems. Operating systems: Microsoft Windows, Linux, MS-DOS. Browser. Modern operating systems use a graphical user interface, GUI. A GUI lets you use your mouse to click on icons, buttons, and menus, and everything is clearly displayed on the screen using a combination of graphics and text. Microsoft Windows. Microsoft created the Windows operating system in the mid-1980s. Over the years, there have been many different versions of Windows, but the most popular ones are Windows 8, released in 2012, Windows 7, released in 2009, Windows Vista, released in 2007, and Windows XP, released in 2001. Windows come preloaded in new PCs, which makes it the most popular operating system in the world. Some versions of Microsoft Windows are given below. Microsoft Windows XP, Windows Vista, Windows 7. Windows 10 is the latest version of Windows operating system. Linux. Linux is one of the popular versions of Unix operating system. It is open source as its source code is freely available. It is free to use. The operating system OS relies on instructions from an application, for instance, the computer's processor. The processor performs the instructed task, then sends the results back to the application via operating system. Ubuntu, Linux Mint, Fedora. MS-DOS. MS-DOS is a computer operating system by Microsoft Corporation. It stands for Microsoft Disk Operating System. It is a non-graphical command line operating system. It is a CUI-based operating system, that is, Character User Interface. MS-DOS was first introduced by Microsoft in August 1981 and was last updated in 1994. It allows the user to navigate, open, and otherwise manipulate files on their computer from a command line instead of a GUI like Windows. MS-DOS. Operating systems for mobile devices. Nowadays, the technology has brought in many changes in the working of the mobile phones. Mobile devices such as phones, tablet computers, and MP3 players are very different from desktop and laptop computers. So, they run operating systems that are designed specifically for mobile devices. Examples of mobile operating systems include Apple iOS, Windows Phone 7, and Google Android. Apple iOS, Windows Phone 7, Google Android. Browser. Android phones have Linux-based operating system. The first phone to run on Android OS was HTC Dream and was released on 22nd October 2008. Application software. Application software is a term which is used for software created for a specific purpose. It is generally a program or collection of programs used by end users. It can be called an application or simply an app. Types of application software. There are various types of application software as given below. Word processors. A word processor is a software that allows users to create, edit, and print documents. It enables you to write text, store it electronically, display it on the screen, modify it by entering commands and characters from the keyboard, and print it. Of all computer applications, word processing is the most common. Microsoft Word. Games. We can play many different types of games on our computer. Some of the games are pre-installed in the computer, while others can be downloaded from the internet. Some of the pre-installed games in Windows 10 are given below. Mario, Angry Birds, Candy Crush, Teen Patti. Media players. If we want to listen to songs or watch movies, we need to use a media player. Windows Media Player and iTunes are the popular media players. Windows Media Player, iTunes. Web browsers. Web browser is an application software that allows us to view and explore information on the web. User can request for any web page by just entering a URL into address bar of the browser window. Web browser can show text, audio, video, animation, and more. It is the responsibility of a web browser to interpret text and commands contained in the web page. Internet Explorer, Firefox, Google Chrome. Review. Windows 10 is an operating system. Booting is the process that occurs when you press the power button to turn on your computer. While booting, the computer does several things. Once the operating system starts, it manages all the software and hardware on the computer. Linux is one of the popular versions of Unix.